Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and today I'm going to explain to you why using a compressor calculator for your release times will be a great trick for you to use for your next production. Now, what do I mean by a compressor calculator? I just mean a delay time calculator, figuring out the milliseconds for your beats per minute of your song. Now, I like to use a resource called nickfever.com, which has a delay calculator where you can just type in the BPM and it'll give you the milliseconds for quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, all kinds of stuff. And you can use that to set your release time to make sure that your release of your compressor is moving in time with your song. Now, an example of this would be, say you have a bass guitar that's doing quarter note plucks, and you can set your release time then for a quarter note release. That makes sense, right? So that way your bass guitar now is in movement in quarter notes with your song. Now, if you have a kick drum that has eighth notes in it, you can set it for an eighth note release, and that way your kick drum will be snapping in time with your song. Now, obviously, you can look at your gain reduction meter and kind of see the release time when it goes back to zero, and you could, visually do it. But I like to sometimes just have that accuracy dialed in with my milliseconds. If your compressor shows you the milliseconds, why not dial in an absolute accurate release time? And this is good to do also over, if a whole drum set, if you have kick, snares, toms, to have the release time set the same way for every single instrument, so that way they're all kind of in movement with each other and it's not conflicting. And this is just a really easy hack for you for just setting a release time. And for a little side note for BPMs, obviously your session will already have the beats per minute in it if you've been building it from ground up. Sometimes producers forget to put the BPM in their songs. They send it over to you if you're mixing. I like to use a website called all8.com to find out my BPMs. You can do tap tempo in your DAWs, but I don't think it's as accurate as all 8. And what I mean by accuracy is that if I am clicking, I'm not always going to be clicking in perfect time, so it actually moves around a lot. So the BPM will go 118, 119, 120, 122, 117, 118, and it doesn't give you the relative value. All8.com will give you the relative value. You just go on there, you can click your space bar, and it will give you the average BPM. So if I'm going a little faster, going a little slower, it'll give you that average BPM. I like using that website also for just when I have a singer or songwriter in my studio and they're kind of just practicing. I can go on there, I can figure out their natural rhythm, their BPM, throw it in the session, so that way when they start going, we're not sitting there going like, oh, maybe you're this, maybe you're that, and you're guessing. You kind of got their natural rhythm, and then you can make a few adjustments and you're good to go. It's a little side note, but yeah, figuring out milliseconds for your compressor release time is a great trick. When somebody told it to me, my mind exploded. I had one of those big aha moments. It's super easy to use. I hope that you get the same thing. If you did, please leave me a comment below. If you want me to explain anything else, please let me know. Or if you just want to reach out and say hello, I would love to hear from you. If you got anything out of this, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't subscribed already, to all my other subscribers, I appreciate your continued support. I am Brad Johnson at johnson.audio, where I help you sing your story, mix your mission, and master your message. I will see you on the next video. Bye.